Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first virtual cruise night for Mrs. C's Essentials Affordable Travel. Today, I'm going to try to make it as fun as possible. Please bear with me. I have been feeling a little under the weather, but let's go ahead and get started. So, first, you might wonder, what is a virtual cruise night? Well, it's a video presentation of a cruise, basically what you can do, what you might be interested in, providing you some of the tidbits of information that people don't necessarily have when they book their cruise on their own. So let's go. Now, here will be our order of operations, I guess, for the day. Our table of contents first. You get to meet the team at Mrs. C's. Next, we will go over the cruise ship in this series, which will be Carnival Firenze. That will be our first one we're going over. It is a very new ship. When we get into it, it's going to be something much different than what you're used to seeing from Carnival. The next thing we'll do is talk about the activities and dining on board. We'll explore what the ship has to offer. We'll also provide you with some information on some sail dates, as well as staterooms and the pricing. You will learn about all the options that are available. And then you'll learn how to book and any deadline information. At the end, we can take some Q&A, as well as provide contact information and resources for you. So first of all, let's meet my team. Now, you can always reach us at bookings@mrscessentials.com or at 310-365-4615 if you're interested in booking a cruise or any other type of travel. And here comes the team. Ta-da! It's only two of us. Myself, Bunny Ryder, I am the owner and travel advisor, and I put the C in Mrs. C's. And then we have Vicki Breyer, who is our tech and social media support person. She handles all of the incoming forms and things of that nature. She's my assistant, and she does a wonderful job. Now, just to give you a little bit of my background, I do have over 20 years of customer service experience. I am, as you can see on the screen, a Diamond Level graduate with Carnival Cruise Line. I also have a master's in Royal Caribbean and a Commodore education with Princess. What does all that mean? That means I have been extensively trained by these companies in what they offer. I see my position as a travel advisor as just that, a travel advisor. I'm here to let you know what is the best option for what you're looking for and to make sure that you understand that I work for you, not for the companies. The companies provide the money for the travel advisor, so there's nothing out of your pocket for that. However, some people seem to think that you might push one cruise line over another. Not necessarily. I myself prefer Carnival, but I will not push Carnival if that's not what you're looking for. So I see my position as being one to where I am here to make sure that your vacation has all the memories that you want. It's stress-free, it's smooth sailing, and you enjoy yourself. In that vein, I just want to also put out there that I am trained extensively in tourism for Hawaii and Mexico. So that's why you see a lot of stuff I have in Mexico. Regarding Mexico is because I've been trained extensively in Mexico and Hawaii. So much so that I do have a certification from the Board of Tourism for Hawaii. So those are my two specialties, Hawaii and Mexico. But any cruise line, I can assist you with. I have been trained by all of them. Now, about our company, Mrs. C's Affordable and Stress-Free Travel is just that. That's what we want it to be for you. We strive to make sure that travel is accessible and attainable for everyone. At our core, our values are integrity, accountability, and community. And we use that to guide our actions as we work to create memorable and affordable travel experiences for our clients. Basically, in a nutshell, we are going to handle your travel with integrity and accountability and treat you as well as we would treat our own family when handling their travel. Now, with all of this information, you still might be wondering why book with us. First of all, because I'm an experienced travel advisor. I have been booking travel for over 15 years. and mainly group and family travel. So I'm very versed in that, traveling from various, with different age groups in my own family. We vary from teenager to 60 plus, just in my own family. So finding bookings and travel itineraries that are fun for everyone is in my wheelhouse. I do it all the time, just for my family of four. Stress-free bookings. Now, everyone wants to go on vacation, but if you're just as stressed trying to plan a vacation as the stress you're trying to get away from, it doesn't really help. And so we offer stress-free bookings, and what we do this by offering you a Google form to complete. And once it's an extensive form that was created with my tech support, and once we have that form, we have your preferences, we know what you're looking for, and we can provide you automatically 3 quotes on travel that are, you don't have to commit to them. They're not required for you to take. It's 3 quotes that we can provide you. And that's how we provide personalized service as well. You have a direct contact to me. That is my number. I will answer it. I will be majority of the time the person answering it. And with the forms that we use and how we intake our clients, we utilize the information that you give us on those forms to provide you the most personalized service possible. We also offer personalized payment portals for each client. I have several clients or several customers that have multiple trips that they are paying on at once. This can be kind of confusing, and sometimes you might miss one trip or the other. We provide a payment portal that is easy and centralized so that you can pay on your cruise vacation and your Paris vacation at the same time or at different times, but it's all there and it's all neatly listed. You can share your information with friends and family members if you like from that portal as well. Again, we are available 6 days a week for any questions or concerns. We provide support both pre, during, and post-cruise, meaning that you always have somebody there as support to assist you just in case anything goes wrong or you have any questions. If you decide to book a group cruise, meaning that you have booked 8 or more cabins, we do provide a Facebook group that is managed by Mrs. C's Essentials Affordable Travel that is available for support for your group. And how that, we can get into that a little bit later, but just on the surface, the way the Facebook group will work is that we provide the information. You guys can create meetups, we create meet and greets, gift exchanges, duck exchanges, whatever it may be. Now, I just wanted to throw this in here just to break it up because I just wanted to give you guys just a take on what I feel about travel. And this is my favorite travel quote. We travel not to escape life, but for life not to escape us. And to me, it means that we travel so we can see the world and have those life experiences that we would miss if we just stayed within our own little bubble. I truly believe that children and adults learn how to cooperate and get along better just as people and human beings when we travel and get out of our own bubble. Now comes our overview of the Carnival Firenze with its ship and itinerary. Now let's meet the Carnival Firenze. Some quick facts on that cruise ship. Number 1, the cruise ship is being transferred from the Europe sailings under Costa over to Carnival. Now, if you're not aware, Carnival is the biggest brand that everybody knows. But are you aware how many different lines actually fall under the Carnival umbrella? Costa is one of them. Princess is another. Then you have Carnival Cruise Lines, and I believe there's several more. But for our conversation here, we're talking about the Costa brand. So this ship has been sailing in Europe since November 6th of 2019. This is not an older ship. This is actually a newer ship, and it's a medium-sized ship. It weighs 135, 156 gross tonnage. Whew, that's a lot to say. And it has 15 decks. The guest capacity is 4,126 passengers with 1,424 crew members. Also, just to let you know, the sailings that are offered on the ship are solely to Mexico, and they're anywhere from 4 to 7 day sailing. Now, here's a picture of the Firenze, as you can see, and it has been rebranded to Carnival instead of Costa and Fun Italian style. Now they already have the Venezia, which is selling from New York, that started selling earlier this year. That is the first ship that they brought over from Costa. They have not put the whale-tail on there, so we're not sure if they're going to do that just yet. But all the information I have at this point is that it will be sailing with the Costa Sea. Now here we show the beautiful, what we would usually consider an atrium on any other Carnival ship. And remember what I said, is not, as you can see, anything like the Carnival ships that we are used to seeing coming out of Long Beach. This is the Piazza Duomo, and this is basically the atrium. As you can tell, there is no massive atrium elevator. That may be of some concerns to some people who may have mobility issues. Because there's not an atrium that is centralized, it's actually towards the back where you would usually see a second bank of elevators that go to your staterooms. So there is a way to get up and down. There are ways for people who have mobility issues to move around the ship without having to use the stairs. Here they have two types of stairs, two grand staircases, one glass, one knobs. And just look at the beautiful gold and white appointments and how intricate this atrium or the Piazza Duomo is. Very, very different from anything you see on a Carnival ship right now. And here I'm taking you to the Lido deck. Again, different style. It's much more European. It's much more Italian themed and inspired. Everything from the decor to the food, there are twists and turns that put a little bit of Italian style dining or Italian style cruising into this cruise ship. Now, what's going to be very interesting to me is that the ship is cruising to Mexico, but it's Italian style, so I want to see how they're going to work that in there. But it's not that far off. But as you can see, it's much different. There is a stage, there is alfresco dining, there are different eateries and shops along the Lido deck. Next, we were going to one of the mini bars and lounges, which is the Tuscany Lounge. I love the black and whites and the creams in this room. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous area to sit and have a drink, have a cocktail, speak, just hang out and relax and meet somebody new, have a nicer conversation. And finally, the Ristorante dei Medici. Beautiful, beautiful appointments. Beautiful appointments. The marbling, the colors. It just has a very elegant and upscale feel that you don't necessarily get with the Panorama Radiance or the Miracle at this time. So I'm very, very excited about this. And so when I looked at this, I said, who would be great? What type of sailing would be great for this? It's beautiful, it's elegant, and looks very, very nice, very chic. And so I thought, you know what? Let's do a Mother's Day cruise. Mom deserves it all. Mom deserves all of the gorgeous appointments and being waited on hand and foot. And what better than to create a Mother's Day cruise that will sail out on May 12th. It's a 4-day cruise. It's sailing on May 12th to May 16th. We will be getting to the itinerary in just a moment. But this Mother's Day cruise I thought would be perfect because not only does it leave on May 12th, which is actually Mother's Day of 2024, it is only the third sailing after the Costa Firenze has become the Carnival Firenze and started sailing from Long Beach. So you wouldn't be on the inaugural from Long Beach. You will be on the third. And one of the things that a lot of people try to do is get on the inaugural sailing, meaning the first sailing after a ship has either been completed or it changes home porting. It's not always a good idea to do that because there are some bugs that may have to be worked out as far as crew members, timing, things of that nature. So my professional suggestion is not to even sail on any inaugural cruise and to try to make it maybe 2 or 3 afterwards. That way the ship has had time to, and the crew have had time to settle in and get used to a bit of a routine. Here is the itinerary for the 5/12 to 5/16 sailing on the Carnival Firenze. Of course, we depart Long Beach at 4 p.m. The next day, we are in Catalina. After that, we are in Ensenada, California. And then we have a fun day at sea to return back to Long Beach on the 16th. Now, it's a beautiful ship. It looks like mom might have a good time, but you're still not sure about what mom can do on a cruise ship. Well, there's lots to do on a cruise ship, honestly. You don't have to do anything. It's your vacation. You can just lay around and just enjoy, as a mom, enjoy not being called mom for a second. But let's move on. So there are a lot of things that happen. Entertainment. So spots for entertainment will include a theater named Teatro Rosso, featuring playlist production shows, and then, of course, the Tuscany Lounge. Then you have specialty dining options such as Blindside Takoyaki and La Strada Grill. There will also be familiar dining options such as Guy's Burger Joint, which is not going anywhere, y'all. If you love a Guy's Burger, if you haven't had one, you need to try them. They're awesome. But they do have Guy's Burger with his classic burgers, and then he has some with an Italian twist. So that'll be interesting to see as well. They have the Carnival Bar and Lounge, which offers fine Italian wines, and then they have a cocktail bar called Amari. And then, of course, you have the Cloud9 Spa, where mom can sit down and be pampered at a full-service salon or have a massage. You go exercise. They have the sauna, several different things you can do. And these are not all of the activities, just a few. You may be wondering, okay, how much is this going to cost? It looks a little bit more expensive than what we're used to on Carnival. It's a little bit more fancy schmancy. How much is it going to cost? You'll be surprised at this next slide. So let's just jump right into it. Now, first, the price includes the taxes. Keep this in mind when you're looking at the price. It includes the taxes and port fees. It includes all of the dining options and entertainment. It includes a Bon Voyage gift delivered to mom's stateroom or your stateroom. It includes our personalized Mrs. C's service, a free payment portal for each client who books with us, and we also offer an optional personalized payment plan if needed. Now, there are several different ways you can pay for a cruise, and I'll get to that. But there's one part I did not say, and that was Mr. C's travel advisor. Yes, we do have a travel advisor. So y'all know it's going to be me because I just told you I'm the only advisor, right? But I will be on board to handle anything you have an issue with. Now, the interior staterooms start at $417.39 per person, and that is based on double occupancy. These staterooms are beautiful. This is a picture of one of the staterooms. As you can see, it has the two pull-ins at the top. The bed can be separated. You can have 4 people now. Something that most travel advisors do not explain is that when you book a cruise with 4 people in one cabin, the price is lowered for the third and fourth person. So let's say I'm booking a cruise for myself and my husband and my 2 kids. My husband and I will be charged $417.39, and then the girls would be charged a different amount because they are the third and fourth person. Now they are children, so the amount that they are charged is a little different than what an adult will be sometimes. Those prices can get as low as $99 per person. So if you have a family of 4, that's great. If you have 4 friends that are going, you can always spread the price across each other, all 4, and then pay an equal amount. Now, if you're sending mom and she wants to be by herself, well, then that means that price of $417.39 would be double if she's going to be in the cabin lounge. And that will work the same with our balcony staterooms that we are offering for $600.39 per person. And again, there is a discount as you have more people in the stateroom. However, keeping in mind this is not a normal Carnival ship, so they do not have a lot of balcony staterooms that fit 4 people. If mom wanted to travel by herself, that would be approximately $1,200 for her to stay in the balcony by herself. But mom's worth it, right? So now on to the nitty-gritty of the payment and the due dates. To secure your spot, we will need a $35 per person non-refundable deposit by November 12th. Then $150 of your deposit is due by January 6th, with your final payment being due on February 20th. This does not include any prepaid gratuities, Carnival Vacation Protection Plan, or add-ons like a specialty dining, or a drinks package. What you can do though is that we do allow a much more flexible payment plan than Carnival does. If you are needed that flexible payment plan, we can work out different terms depending on your needs that allow you to make your deposit by January 6th. If you need assistance with your payments and getting that deposit of $150 by January 6th, we can offer you the option of payment plan starting from the beginning so that your payment plan includes your deposit as well as your final payment being paid by February 20th. If you need that, just let me know. So, are there any questions at this time? Let me check and see. Okay, so the first question I have here is what forms of payment do I accept? I accept credit cards, all major credit cards, and bank accounts. Prefer credit cards though, but bank account payments as well. Okay. The next question is, are passports required for this trip? No. This is a closed loop trip, meaning that it begins and ends in the United States with one visit to a foreign port. When that happens, you are not required to have a passport as long as it's one of the approved WHCI ports, and Mexico is one of them. There's a question here about paying upfront. Yes, you can pay it all at one time. You do not have to pay payments, but as long as all payments are received by the final date of February 20th, with the exception of the $150 deposit that is due on the 6th of January. Okay. Alrighty. So if you have any other questions on how I can be reached, if you're ready to book, please contact me at bookings@mrscessentials.com. Our phone number is 310-365-4615. We do have a YouTube channel that you can find at Mrs. C's Essentials on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. If you have any additional questions, please let us know. Thanks a lot for joining us today.